Much of my life has been spent believing that true rest only comes after a lifetime of hard, honest work. If I invested my efforts early in life, then I would reap the benefits of hard work later in life. That's pretty much to say, if you're gonna goof off now, then you're only gonna end up paying for it later in life. My encounter with Christianity, however, has taught me that there's more to this world than stockpiling treasures to be had for a short period of time. I have learned and accepted that there are bigger questions that have even more beautiful answers. A sinful life had separated me from God and has merited his wrath. Yet the Son of God was sent to take this wrath in my place. My sinful, criminal record was effectively traded for his righteous record. I am, in this sense, justified by faith, and the very core of my identity rests on this belief. So now what? Surely I don't just sit around and rot. How should I lead this life that was given to me? After all, I've been given such a radical outlook on life. Should I schedule phases of my life the same way I set my schedule of classes each semester? What do I do? Fortunately, I have not been left without instruction of how to spend the rest of this life. The Bible commands Christians to be salt and light of the world. Salt in the sense that the world is preserved and in good working order. Light in the sense that we love this world enough to spend our lives attempting to spread this truth to others. This Christian worldview of mine is my basis for peace and justice. Now let's get a little more specific. I have been given a framework for how to live the entirety of my life here on earth. So what would these principles look like when applied to my career? I am currently an engineering student, and at first, it doesn't look like my work as an engineer in the future will have any bearing on peace and justice. Thankfully, I was able to notice that I can contribute to peace and justice by means of my engineering practice. I am called to work hard and work honestly on the basis of my identity as a Christian who knows that he ultimately works for God. I will practice peace in the workplace in that I will have to understand that not everyone will agree with me. Disagreements between me and someone else can be as shallow as opinions on the design of an aircraft or as fundamental as entire worldviews. I will exercise peace by inhibiting my automatic response of separating myself from those who disagree. Generally speaking, I am called to cooperate with these people in a manner similar to the story of the strangers in Canu's village. This approach to interacting with those who disagree with me stands in sharp contrast to instances in history in which either isolation or military conflict has erupted on the basis of a worldview held by one or many. With Christianity specifically, I'm aware of both the brutal campaigns to try and retake Jerusalem during the Middle Ages and the monasticism that grew during this era. Unfortunately, these general examples from history illustrate that it is indeed possible to promote a sort of anti-peace and anti-justice while nominally claiming Christianity as a driving worldview for these things. So how can I guard against falling into this kind of trap? It's obviously pretty bad for me. So I feel reliance on the Christian scriptures and a proper study and discussion of its material in a community setting will help suppress any, if not all, unbiblical notions. My church, so long as it teaches the Bible, thus serves the role of both my emotional support and my mature masculine. Now then, given my identity as a representative of God here on earth, it is my calling to brace myself for the challenges that the future may bring. I have been equipped with the teaching of the Bible and a loving church community that is willing to support me and correct me. Though I am nervous about what the future may have in store for me, I am not afraid. I look forward, ready to travel down the rest of my path, fostering peace and justice as a salt and light of the earth. My identity is established and my destiny awaits.